Welcome back, everyone, to Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom. We are, as ever, your guides through the daily onslaught of news. Our job, we wade through yesterday's tragicomic horror show so you don't have to. Simple as that.
And hey, if you appreciate us saving your sanity, do us a solid. Hit subscribe, maybe give a thumbs up. Honestly, it's the cheap validation that keeps us going.
Right. Today's setup is just chef's kiss, pure atmospheric irony. The weather forecast. It perfectly captures our national mood swings. Southeasterly gales, considerable rain, basically misery in the southeast, the capital, performing its usual damp drama.
Meanwhile, the north and northeast. Sunshine, well, mostly dry anyway. Tropical highs of 9 to 15 Celsius. It's the perfect backdrop, really. Capital drowning in self-importance and rain, while the rest of the country, well, mostly looks on, dry and slightly warmer.
So let's dive in. Today's theme seems to be the unique Icelandic talent for solving human problems with profoundly inhuman, spreadsheet-driven solutions. We're talking about wiping small towns off the map and inventing bureaucracy just for kicks.
Exactly. It's the triumph of the administrative flowchart over actual, communities. Let's start with the Ministry of Infrastructure, or as they might soon be known, the Ministry of Disappearing Municipalities.
Ooh, ominous. What are they up to now?
Well, they're floating this draft bill, right, to forcibly merge any municipality with under 250 people.
250? That's not a huge number.
Nope, and they're not messing around. They've specifically targeted 8 towns, 8 actual communities, including places like Jörna, population 53.
53, seriously. That's like a large family reunion. And the government's logic is what? That they're not viable.
Pretty much. It's pure spreadsheet thinking. Reykjavik looking at a map and deciding it looks messy. They call it strengthening the municipal level, ensuring efficient services. You know the jargon.
Okay, but hang on. Let's play devil's advocate for a second. Can a town of 53, or even say 150, realistically provide all the complex services needed today? Schools, infrastructure. Isn't there some uncomfortable truth to the efficiency argument?
Maybe. But if efficiency was the real driver, wouldn't they look at, say, the layers of bureaucracy in Reykjavik first? This feels more like administrative tidying, erasing history, because it doesn't fit neatly into a quarterly report. It's deciding that local identity is just an annoyance.
It's cold.
It is. And the irony, one of the towns on the list, Skorradalshrepur, population 65, they already voted to merge. They basically saw the axe coming and chose to jump before they were pushed. Voluntary administrative suicide before the 2026 elections.
Grim, so they preemptively capitulated to this spreadsheet.
Seems like it.
Yeah.
And speaking of administrative genius, this isn't just the infrastructure ministry having fun. Oh no.
Let me guess. The Ministry of Education has entered the chat.
Bingo. Our Minister of Education and Children's Affairs, Guðmundur Ingi Kristinsson. He's finally seen the light. He's publicly admitted to having great concerns about the state of the school system.
Wow, stop the presses. A politician admits things aren't perfect. What insight?
I know, shocking, right? But wait for the solution, because the problem is obviously not enough administration.
Oh no, don't tell me.
Yep. They're proposing a whole new layer, 4 to 6 shiny new regional offices, Skrifstofur, just to manage secondary schools. And the justification, the cherry on top, it will, quote, reduce red tape.
Red tape. By adding an entire regional administrative structure, that's not putting a hat on a hat. That's building a whole haberdashery on top of the hat.
It's breathtaking, isn't it? And the reaction from people who actually, work in schools.
I can only imagine. Let me guess. Universal acclaim. Parades in the streets.
Not quite. The Association of School Principals, they came out immediately, united, and their response was, let's just say, less than enthusiastic. They stated very clearly they cannot support the plan, full stop.
Cannot support it. Not, we have concerns, but nope.
Exactly. Their arguments. It's expensive. It's based on flimsy data. It undermines their professional autonomy. It stifles innovation. Basically, they told the minister his cure is worse than the disease, and thanks, but no thanks.
So the experts whose domain this is have rejected it outright. But the plan is still the plan.
Seems to be. It's the perfect Icelandic paradox, isn't it? Acknowledge a problem, then propose a solution that everyone on the ground says is completely counterproductive. We just love an org chart.
Okay, my head hurts from the internal logic loops. Let's pivot. Talk about external things. Specifically, things buzzing ominously in the sky.
Ah, yes. The Nordic drone chaos. When the abstract threat becomes a very concrete airport closing reality.
So what happened exactly?
Unidentified drones,
Hmm.
not small ones either, described as large, capable drones. They forced complete shutdowns of Kastrup Airport in Copenhagen and Oslo Airport.
Shutdowns. For how long?
Kastrup was closed for 4 hours, 4 critical hours. Affected something like 20,000 people. Oslo had closures too. This wasn't, some hobbyist losing control. This was serious, a major breach of critical infrastructure security.
And the ripple effects hit Iceland directly, right?
Immediately, Iceland Air flights diverted, one canceled altogether. And get this, there were 31 young swimmers from Sundfalag Hafnarfjara stuck at Kastrup, kids on a team trip.
Oh, nightmare. What happened to them?
Their tour leader called the Iceland Air emergency line, obviously looking for help, guidance, anything. The response they got, and this is the direct quote they recounted, "No one can help you but yourselves."
You're kidding. You're on your own, kids. Good luck with a geopolitical drone incident.
Pretty much sums up the modern service experience, doesn't it? Faced with actual chaos, this system just throws its hands up.
Unbelievable. And the political reaction, this must have set off alarm bells everywhere.
Oh, big time. The Danish PM, Mette Frederiksen, called it the most serious attack on Danish critical infrastructure to date. Strong words. President Zelensky immediately pointed fingers towards Russia, linking it to the broader conflict. So yes, very high stakes.
So naturally, Icelandic leadership sprang into immediate action, convened emergency meetings.
Well, define immediate action. Our foreign minister, Horterer Katrin Gunnarsdottir, was conveniently out of town, attending the UN General Assembly in New York. Very important stuff.
Okay, fair enough. But surely contingency plans. The deputy.
She agreed. Yes, this drone situation was indeed a grave threat. Very astute. And she promised to convene the National Security Council to discuss this grave threat.
Right after.
Right after she gets back from New York. Once the diplomatic mingling and presumably the souvenir shopping is done.
So potential hostile drone activity paralyzing regional transport infrastructure can wait until after the transatlantic flight and settling back in?
Apparently. Regional security has to wait its turn behind the demands of the international travel circuit. Priorities,
The performance of statesmanship versus the actual state of things.
Right. And speaking of performances, let's cross the pond for some truly baffling medical theater.
Oh, yes. Dr. Trump's latest public health briefing, always a source of something.
Flanked by his usual sidekicks, RFK Jr., Dr. Oz, the whole crew is there.
Yeah.
And the big medical news.
Brace yourself. The President of the United States held a press conference to announce a link between Tylenol paracetamol use during pregnancy and autism.
Sorry, what? Based on, well, the kind of evidence that thrives in the darker corners of the internet, highly disputed studies, cherry-picked data, and, crucially, Trump's own feeling on the matter.
His feeling.
His feeling. He literally advised pregnant women, unless they had a dangerously high fever, to just tough it out, avoid the paracetamol, because of his gut. Oh, and he threw in some recycled vaccine conspiracies for good measure.
Wow. A medical policy based on presidential intuition and discredited theories? That's bold.
It's an intellectual tire fire, frankly. But here's the reassuring part, for us at least.
Please, I need something reassuring right now.
Our own medical establishment responded with, well, characteristic Icelandic calm and professionalism. Hulda Stjörtardóttir, she's the head of obstetrics at Landspitalen, the National University Hospital. She came up very quickly.
And said,
basically, no. There is absolutely no new, credible evidence supporting this supposed link. None. Paracetamol remains the safest recommended option for pain and fever relief during pregnancy. End of story. Rely on evidence, not feelings.
Thank goodness for a pocket of sanity. The contrast is just stark, isn't it? Populist fear-mongering versus quiet, evidence-based competence.
It really is. We might be champions at creating pointless bureaucracy, but at least our doctors still seem tethered to reality, mostly.
Okay, let's bring it back home. From global pseudoscience to a very real, very local, and frankly terrifying situation in Selfoss.
Yeah, this one's genuinely chilling. There's an apartment building on Fossvigger.
What's happening there?
Arson. 3 fires in 1 week in the same building.
In a week? That's not random.
Doesn't seem like it. First, a fire in a storage corridor. Then the garbage room caught fire. Twice. Police are treating all 3 as deliberate arson.
God, the poor residents. They must be terrified.
Absolutely. The sources included a quote from one resident, Kjartan Mar Nieminen. He's 68. He said, "It's the worst week of my life," and that he's, his words, scared shitless that one will burn inside. Just raw fear.
You can feel it, that sense of your home, your safe space being violated like that.
And the police, they're taking it very seriously. They're actually considering posting a permanent guard outside the building, 22 apartments under siege.
And the worst part,
The worst part is the uncertainty. The police have stated they don't know if the person responsible lives inside the building.
oh, that's hideous. Trapped in your home, suspecting your neighbors. That's psychological torture on top of the physical threat.
Turns a community into a cage of suspicion. Just awful.
Okay, let's try and lighten the mood slightly, if possible. Water cooler weirdness time. What else is floating around?
Oh, how about the everyday menace of the micro-influencer?
Ah, the scourge of freebie hunters. Tell me more.
There's a retail designer, Bara Adeladotir. She reckons she spends about 30%, a third of her working day, just saying no.
Saying no to what?
To requests for free stuff from, your average John or Gutta with maybe a few hundred followers online, offering the extremely valuable currency of a tag on social media in exchange for actual merchandise.
Oh, that old chestnut. Exposure bucks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Abar's exasperated response has become something of a rallying cry for small businesses everywhere.
What did she say?
Simply, yes, will you please stop? Just please make it stop.
I think every creative and small business owner felt that deep in their soul. The sheer entitlement.
Right. Can we make, yes, will you please stop, the official slogan for dealing with digital panhandling?
I second that motion. Okay, one more quick one. Anything sporty and dramatic?
Ooh, we've got prime handball drama for you. High betrayal.
Intrigue, go on.
Kari Kristjansson, legendary lineman, IBV legend. Spent his whole career there, practically.
Okay, IBV stalwart, what happened?
He left, signed with rivals Sor Akureyri.
Right.
Big shock in the handball world.
Whoa. Okay, that's a move. But the real kicker.
The fixture list. You couldn't script it better if you tried. Kari's very first match for his new club design.
Don't tell me.
It's against IBV in Vestmannaeyjar on his old home court.
That is just brutal. The fixture computer has a wicked sense of humor. Talk about a revenge arc narrative playing out on day one.
Exquisite cruelty, isn't it? The fans will be vocal, I imagine.
Understatement of the year. Right, let's quickly glance ahead. What meteorological misery or joy awaits us?
Well, predictability reigns for the south and southeast. More of the same. Brace yourselves. Southerly and southeasterly winds potentially hitting 18 meters per second. And rain. Persistent, soaking rain. Fun times.
Joy. And for the lucky ducks in the north and northeast?
They continue their charmed existence. Mostly dry, still relatively warm, highs up to 15 degrees. It's like a different country up there sometimes.
A geographical metaphor for, well, everything we've just discussed, maybe.
Perhaps. So, summing up, the government's busy trying to delete tiny towns while ignoring huge housing issues. Drones cause chaos, but diplomacy waits for the jet lag to clear. Real fear grips the community while influencers demand freebies. And a handball hero faces instant reckoning. Just another Tuesday's news, basically.
And here's a final thought to leave you with. We see reports that 37% of 36-year-olds in Iceland report significant stress. Maybe, just maybe, it's not just the weather or the job market. Maybe it's the low-level, constant hum of knowing that the systems supposedly running things are often focused on administrative theater, while real problems like 1,000 empty apartments and a housing crisis just sit there. That disconnect. Chew on that.
This has been Bad Things Well Said Icelandic Newsroom. If you've enjoyed or at least endured our particular brand of commentary, please do hit that subscribe button. Give us a thumbs up. It genuinely helps.
It really does. And the required bit, disclaimer. The voices in this podcast were generated by AI. However, all information, facts, claims, concepts, and the script itself were prepared, editorially reviewed, and are the original work of a human author.